If you don't believe in God, keep scrolling. But if you do or you want to, stay here. I've been feeling a little convicted because I've said it before. Negative energy is real, but let's call it what it really is. There's not just bad vibes, there's spirits. And if you're a believer, you better start recognizing that everything that you feel in the atmosphere isn't just emotion, it's spiritual traffic. That heaviness when you walk into a room and suddenly feel anxious, that's not energy. That's a spirit of heaviness. That irritation that rises up after talking to someone who's always bitter, that's not a bad mood. That's a transfer. That confusion that hits you after hanging with certain people, that's not coincidence. That's contamination. You're not crazy. You're discerning. But the problem is that you keep trying to fight spiritual battles with emotional responses. You think that you're setting boundaries, but what you really need to do is set authority. Ephesians 6:12 says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. That means that your battle isn't Karen from work. It's the bitterness working through her. It's not your cousin or family member acting messy. It's a spirit of jealousy using her voice. It's not your friend being negative. It's oppression looking for agreement. And some of y'all keep coming into agreement with it through conversation. You keep feeding spirits by entertaining gossip. You keep fueling confusion by trying to explain yourself to people who are actually spiritually deaf. You keep inviting warfare back into your house by answering phone calls you should have blocked months ago. And I'm not saying this from judgment. I'm saying this from experience. I've been that girl who walked into rooms and felt my peace instantly drop. I've been around people who smiled in my face but carried darkness in their spirit, and I learned discernment without distance is disobedience. You can't pray for peace and keep partying with chaos. You can't rebuke darkness and still flirt with it. You can't keep letting spirits speak through people and act like you didn't feel that shift. Psychology will call it emotional contagion, the scientific proof that moods, energy, and emotions spread through proximity, but scripture calls it spiritual transfer. The world says protect your energy, but God says guard your heart. You think your bad day started randomly. No, it started when you absorbed someone else's warfare. You're carrying stuff that doesn't belong to you. And that's why some of you are tired all the time, not because you're lazy, but because you've been spiritually drained by assignments disguised as friendships. You don't need to cut them off. You need to cast that out. 2 Corinthians 10:4 says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God for the pulling down of strongholds. That means stop clapping back, start praying back, stop matching energy, start commanding authority. The next time someone brings drama, say, I'm praying for you. The next time they come venting with no intention to heal, say, I love you, but I can't host that spirit here. That's not petty, that's power, because when you speak peace, demons shatter. When you hold your tongue, the devil loses access. When you walk away, that's not weakness, that's warfare. Don't call it energy anymore. Call it what it is. They're spirits and you have authority over them. Luke 10:19 says, behold, I have given you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm you. You're not powerless, you're not crazy, and you're not too sensitive. You're anointed. You just need to stop letting demons disguise themselves as draining people and calling it energy. Discern it, name it, rebuke it, and protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. So the next time they come around heavy, chaotic, gossiping, complaining, or sucking the life out of you, don't absorb it. Expose it. Smile and say, I'm praying for you. That phrase right there will tear the mask right off that spirit every single time, because what they call energy, we call warfare, and what they call vibes, we call his victory. You are not crazy. You're covered. Stop matching spirits you were meant to cast out.